All right, I'm joined by UFC light heavyweight Mike Rodriguez. Sorry, I'm just like jumbled today.
No, it's all good.
Thanks for taking some time to join me and let me interview you a little bit. How are you and how's the family during all this crazy shit going on?
Everybody's good, man. Everybody's good. We just all been trying to stay busy as possible, not letting all this shit get us all crazy and everything. But yeah, it's been pretty good.
To start, how happy were you with your training camp during all the restrictions and stuff? Like, was there any things that you were a little worried about or didn't really like?
No, man, everything was good. So Joe tried his best to accommodate as much needs that much needs I need for a fight. He opened a gym. He let me use the gym for everything. He made sure I had like my block schedules of times when to train, when not to train. It was very, excuse me, it was more dialed in. Not saying that we normally aren't, but just in this particular time because of the whole COVID pandemic thing happening, we just was make sure that all hands on deck at all times and make sure that we was getting everything that we needed. So yeah, all my coaches, they did the best that they can do, and it paid off.
It definitely paid off.
Yeah.
That leads me to one of my next questions. What has Joe Lozon, like having him as a coach, what has that meant to your career?
Oh man, that man, he's awesome. He just gets you ready. He gets us prepared in every shape, way, or form for every fight, all the time. Whether it's from the mental aspect, whether it's from helping out with the ground game, with the wrestling, like everything. The man's an encyclopedia. Like literally, he always have the answers for everything. And if he doesn't have the answer, he'll point you in the right direction to someone who does have the right answer. But he's awesome to have.
Yeah, he's one of the ones that I grew up watching, so it's pretty cool to get to talk to one of his proteges.
Yeah.
With everything, it seems like everything is starting to come together for you because you had no disrespect, you had like the 2 losses, 2 wins, but this last performance really seemed like you started putting together things in the octagon. What is next in a perfect world for you, and who would you want next?
I don't know who I would fight right now. Honestly, I'm just sitting on standby. Somebody pulls out with the next couple of cards, I want to hop in it. I want to stay active. I'm trying to get one more. If everything is great, maybe get 2 more before the year ends. So, yeah, I like fighting in Vegas. Vegas is a lot of fun. So, yeah, it's great.
How have you adjusted to the smaller cage and stuff like that? Like
it don't bother me any. If anything, it makes me feel more at home because our cage at the gym is roughly about the same size. So the big cage is what's like, whoa, so much room for activity, But the small cage is good.
Yeah, definitely played to your benefit, because you manhandled that guy, your opponent, in the clinch, and it would have gave him more room to get away. So you said you were looking for 1 or 2 more before the end of the year. How soon, are you thinking?
Well, I'm good right now. I have no injuries, thankfully, knock on wood. Got no injuries, nothing. So why not do it again, I don't want to see it waste any more time. I like competing. I like fighting and shit. And I feel like during COVID, being in a training camp is just mentally, it's good mentally because it keeps you busy. You know what I mean? Because otherwise, I would be sitting there playing Siege and playing whatever other games I got. Playing with my kids, but I'm glad that I'm able to get in there, get some work and shit. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
It's all good.
Where does the nickname Slow come from?
So back when I transitioned so I was at a Muay Thai gym And I went from Muay Thai gym to Lozon's because I started Muay Thai. And in Muay Thai, everything's just so like from the hip and everything just, So I started working with my boxing coach Mays, and he's like, "Yo, like, give me some finesse, give me some that speed." And I'm like, "Yeah, I got you." And I just was like, rah, rah. And he's like, "Okay, this is powerful, but this is slow as fuck." And so he was like, "Holy fuck, you're slow." And so he just started calling me Slow Mike.
It's definitely stuck, but I mean, even the commentators mentioned that in your fight against Marcin, that the slowness wasn't really a factor anymore. Like, you can see a big difference in your UFC debut, even the Contender Series fight, compared to the way you're moving and throwing, and now, like, there's a big difference. With that, who is that credit to your boxing coach and Joe Lozon and getting in a different place?
It's credit to everybody, honestly. Everybody contributed to that. They've recognized something that was a dire situation, what needs to be fixed, and we just harped on it, fixing it. Like, gotta get in there. So, and that Last Saturday was the first time it came out and unfolded.
It's almost like a disguise now. Like they're expecting slow Mike Rodriguez, and it's not happening no more.
No, I got to get in there, man.
I seen you do Twitch. You play Siege on that?
Yep, I play Siege. I play a couple other games too, but mainly Siege. Siege is like my go-to game of what I play. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sometimes I'll play like a bunch of like co-op games with a couple of friends. Like, speaking of co-op games, if you want a co-op game to play Amongst Us. That shit will stress you out, dog. Get like you and 10 friends, or you just play like online, like while you fucking taking a shit or whatever. They play that game, dude. That game is stressful as fuck. So what it's about? It's like you're on a ship. There's 10 players, and amongst those 10 players, there's an imposter. So, and you don't know who it is. He like leaves clues and shit like that. And you got about, okay, hold up. It might be him. And then as each round goes on, you got to vote the person out who you think it is. Sometimes you can make the missed call and vote a stand-up guy. Like, you got to go. Like, it's funny, dude. You'll like it. It's for free on the iPhone or Android, but it's awesome.
Yeah, that sounds like a pretty interesting concept.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I appreciate the time. Is there any last words or shout outs that you want to do?
Just want to give a shout out to my man Ross Levine. He's a Glory fighter. First of all, Glory need gets that man a match. Even if you have to fly him out to Netherlands, fuck it, get him a fight. He's been the truth this training camp. That man's been there the whole step of the way with me throughout this training camp. And without him, he was amazing. So I just want to make sure. I always got to give him a shout out because he did so much for me throughout this camp.
Hell yeah! Well, before I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to ask for a dream matchup for you at 205. Like, say you win a few more against unranked guys. Who's like your dream matchup right now in the division? Like, where you're like, I have a chance and I can beat that guy and he's top in the world. I'm not in the rankings yet to do it, but the one person, and it'll be like an honorable thing, is to like fight Shogun. Because he's the one that got me into the sport. I'm not disrespecting any shape or form. It would just be awesome. Shit, we don't even have to fight. We can train together. I just would like to just be in his presence at some point in my life. That's my fucking guy. I love him. If it was for him, I would not be in the sport. If it wasn't for his fight with Little Nog, the first one on Pride, we're not being in the sport. I would have, some tech school or some shit. I don't fucking know. But like if it wasn't for him, because that fight was like monumental to me. That's what drove me into MMA. And I'm like, oh shit, that's amazing. Like, and then I just became like a Shogun fan. I'm like, yo, I like this dude. And I always like wanted like his fight style. I'm like, yo, I want to fight like that. Like, how aggressive he used to fight.
Yeah.
I don't remember a boring Shogun fight. Even in his losses, it was not boring.
No, he always came out to fucking bang all the time.
Even now, even
now,
against
you seen his last fight with Little Nog was crazy. It was back and forth. It was just trying to take each other out. It was awesome to see. It's great.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. Thank you for your time. I'll clip up what was bad, but
don't worry about it.
I hope I can get you on again when you get a fight scheduled.
Yeah, sure, man.
I can't wait to see you in there. Thank you.
Anytime, Dougie. Anytime. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yep. Later.